You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about the Raiders again, but to a certain extent, the Patriots and all this. But I saw this a few minutes ago and was like, hell, I got to shoot a video on this. And then I'm thinking to myself, what if Tom Brady being involved in the coaching search for the Las Vegas Raiders is not for Jim Harbaugh, but it's for Bill Belichick? Question mark. And then I thought to myself, well, we keep hearing this, and this is, there's a lot of fire around a certain phrase. Big swing. Mark Davis wants to take a big swing at it as a coaching hire. You just automatically assume, okay, that's going to be, the big swing is going to be Jim Harbaugh. Even I think that, right? But Diana Rossini of The Athletic, this is rather surprising. By the way, before we jump into this, the Browns are going to do the right thing. They have changed Joe Flacco's bonus, and it's now going to be, if he's on the 53-man roster for the last game, he's going to get his $75,000 bonus. So Joe will get his bonus, and look, that's a great move. That's a classy move by the Browns. For them to have done that, I said in the video this morning, I hope they figured some way to get Joe Flacco his money, and he's going to get his money. So that's a side note. Bill Belichick rumors at least 2 teams hope to meet with legendary coach if he and the Patriots part ways. Check this out, folks. This is wild. Per The Athletic, the Patriots have a meeting set for next week between owner Robert Kraft, team president Jonathan Kraft, and Belichick to determine Belichick's future with the team going forward. He reportedly wants to continue coaching, but Diana Rossini reports some who work for the team are, quote, expecting changes and beginning to network elsewhere. That means his coaches that are on his staff are looking for other jobs right now. Interesting. And then, of course, there's always the idea of them ending up going wherever he goes, right? Like, you got to assume if Gerard Mayo becomes not the guy with the Patriots, you're going to assume he's going to go with Bill, wherever Bill goes. Now, that's an assumption. You don't know that, but I'm just saying. She also wrote that the Washington Commanders, who are expected to fire head coach Ron Rivera, and it seems that Ron Rivera now fully has embraced the fact he's getting fired, I guess, tomorrow evening or Monday morning. And the Las Vegas Raiders hope to meet with Belichick should he be available. I mean, and this is starting to pop up. Folks, this is starting to get a little flame to it. Despite the scuttlebutt regarding Belichick's departure, ESPN's Adam Schefter reported Saturday that Belichick and Patriots owner Robert Kraft have not yet talked about parting ways, although they are expected to meet soon to discuss the future. And a lot of people are talking about the idea that maybe there's a way that Belichick can keep his job there, or maybe Kraft presents some options like not having personnel control, etc., for Belichick. Now, Las Vegas would be an intriguing landing spot for Belichick for several reasons, including the fact that his longtime quarterback in Brady agreed to purchase a minority stake with the franchise in May. Also, Belichick's longtime understudy and offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, was the Raiders head coach for parts of 2 seasons before getting fired in November. Antonio Pierce has performed admirably with the Raiders interim head coach going 4-4, including a 63-21 victory of the Chargers and an upset road win over the Chiefs. However, if arguably the greatest coach of all time becomes available, the Raiders are likely to at least consider it. I'm not going to say it's crazy, But the fact that Mark Davis, I guess, look, somebody has told Diana Rossini and some of these other insiders out there that the Raiders and Mark Davis wants to sit down and talk. He wants a meeting with Belichick. I mean, that's pretty surprising. And question is, if Belichick wants to go to Las Vegas, will Mark Davis really tell him no? That's the thing you got to ask yourself about a lot of these teams, right? Now, I don't know that Mark Davis has got the money to pay Belichick, but then again, if he doesn't have the money to pay Belichick, then he doesn't have the money to pay Harbaugh either. All right? Again, I thought all the intertwinings look like Jim Harbaugh and Tom Brady, Michigan, Don Yee, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, the Raiders ownership situation, which is going to eventually get done for Tom Brady, okay? But several things, and I mentioned it earlier this morning, the business aspect of wanting a big-name head coach in Las Vegas, and this is a consideration for Josh Harris too. Whoever hires Belichick is in part doing it for business reasons. All right? What it's going to do off the field for the franchise. And if Mark Davis is really looking to set up the Patriots way, well, you got Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And this, on the surface, after Josh McDaniels, it sounds kind of disastrous, right? I wouldn't have thought that Mark Davis would have even entertained the idea of wanting to talk to Bill Belichick. But now we're hearing it, multiple fires burning, multiple smoke signals going out, and that what this sounds like is Mark Davis is sending a message through the media that he wants to meet with Bill Belichick. Now, look, I said this before, you got to believe that Tom Brady, at least in part, had a hand in Josh McDaniels losing his job. And I've said, isn't it funny how Tom Brady hadn't wanted to talk about the Josh McDaniels thing, and a lot of these different elements, like Tom Brady didn't come out and just defend the coach or anything like that. So part of me wonders, does Belichick and McDaniels, yeah, they're the Patriots way, but do they have a different way about them when it comes to coaching? Because there's obviously something. Devin McCourty was on with Tommy Kernan, who's a Patriots insider. I was listening to the podcast, and you can just hear Devin McCourty talk about Belichick. And you can hear the defensive players talk about Belichick. There's no doubt he knows how to coach defense. And those players love Belichick for the most part. The ones on defense seem to love him. The ones on offense, I'm not so sure about that. And then you got a situation of, well, Belichick got rid of Jacoby Myers. Does that cause drama? Belichick loves Jimmy Garoppolo. And I heard a rumor earlier today, just this morning, Garoppolo back to New England. If Belichick was to come back, and maybe even if he doesn't, as the starting quarterback, by the way. Because, I mean, he knows that Bill O'Brien offense, but you get what my point is here. I had to make this video because I was like, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I see these reports and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, what if the whole Tom Brady thing involved with coaching in Mark Davis's ear doesn't have to do with the Michigan connection and Jim Harbaugh at all, but it's got to do with Belichick? Could we have all been thrown off? And if you're a Raiders fan, you're probably in a full-blown panic right now because you're immediately thinking, holy shit, we just did this with Josh McDaniels. We're really going to turn around and do it with the Emperor this time instead of Darth Vader? That is awfully Raiders. I mean, let's be real. Wow. Boy, this channel would be thrown for a loop. I mean, seriously. Be like, wow, we cover the Patriots and the Raiders, and then Belichick and the Raiders combine forces? I mean, my laptop might explode. I mean, I'm kidding, but you get my point here. Wow. Okay. This is all getting very interesting because, again, that report says Mark Davis wants to meet with Bill Belichick. Again, Bill Belichick gets set down with Mark Davis. Is Mark Davis going to tell Belichick no? Really? That's interesting. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.